It's good to see everybody on here this morning. Got a little better attendance. It looks like hopefully it picks up a little bit. Yeah, dollar's going. Dollar's going to be gone, but that needs to happen. That needs to happen. I've been talking to Wano Savin about this a lot. Been having a lot of private conversations with him. I try to get as much information as I can. By the way, 107 is going to be uploaded to Nino's Corner.tv today to answer your question. He answered your questions. I asked the 10 best questions on that was given to me at Nino's Corner 77 at gmail.com. You guys gave me a lot of questions. I chose the 10 best, the most significant, and I asked him these questions. So, folks, there has been 2 days in the past 25 years when the S&P 500 fortunes were down 3% and 10-year Treasury futures down 1%. October 9th, 2008, March 18th, 2020. We know those dates were very significant, very important. Someone is blowing up, and this is all about liquidation. I say the Great Reset, and that was by Jason Goffert. I think his last name. That was a tweet he put on there. It's coming. It's coming. You need to prepare for this. It's going to be hard for all of us as Americans to witness this, but safeties are in place. I'm here to tell you that. Safeties are in place. We got to tough it out. This slapdick that's in office right now is playing a role. He doesn't know it. He doesn't know it, but he is. Trump put a lot of safeties in place before he stepped to the side, let's say. And that's about as far as I'm going to go with it on that part. You can Venmo me D-Rod 1977, D-Rod 1977. We got to remain optimistic, folks. It's about to get tough. The waters are about to get very treacherous and turbulent. It's just the way it is. That's where we're headed. The old system must die. The old guard must go. And what better way to do it than let them destroy it themselves? Let them destroy it themselves. Let the Speto kid, let him go in the sandbox and fuck it up. When the lights go out on Amazon, leave me an honest review. My mama's book, The Mexican Mix, leave her an honest review. She reads them all. And let me knock this out, folks. My Digital Money. You might want to be paying attention to this ad right here. Did you know you can earn hundreds of thousands investing in crypto? And did you know you don't have to pay capital gains tax on it? Thank you, Eduardo. Open a Roth crypto IRA with My Digital Money now to take advantage of it. You will pay based on your contribution and nothing on capital gains. If Ethereum or Chainlink doubles or Bitcoin surges to a new high, you could be doubling your investment. Our U.S.-based phone support is always ready to answer your questions. You know what's better? They will give you free $50 in credit if you fund your My Digital Money crypto IRA account with at least $1,000. No capital gains tax. Go to mydigitalmoney.com now. mydigitalmoney.com. Hit the link below, folks. Hit the link below. I'm telling you, man, we're coming into it. We are coming into it. I had a long conversation with Juan. You all need to get ready. There's no way around it. There's no way around this guy's full of shit. It's conspiracy. What's the difference? What is it? Conspiracy and fact. Conspiracy. It only takes 6 months about. I'm telling you, folks, it's on its way. Joe Biden is taking orders. He is taking orders, but both sides are banking on this, on what's happening. This is the most epic time in history. The most epic time in history, and what's about to happen to America right now. And we're all going to start feeling it. Real. Right now we're feeling it. I know most of you here are feeling it. Look, we could get $8 to $10 gasoline in Texas. It could go higher in California. It can go like $20 for diesel. I'm being serious. This can get crazy. They want you to go to electric. They want to take us in the Great Reset. This is what they're doing. But have faith, because both plans are working for. It has to be this way in order for it to work. From my understanding, in order for this to work, and if you have money in the bank or you got money here, you got money there, I'm understanding the transition will be appropriate for gold. So in other words, the transition of the dollar to gold, we can't afford the country to go into chaos or a depression. So there's going to be some kind of transition. When it is, I don't have a crystal ball, folks. I'm just telling you how I understand this from the people that I talk to. So the dollar will be converted gold back, according to the people that I talk to. Okay, you all know the people that I talk to. So this is coming, but first this has to be destroyed. The old guard has to be destroyed. You guys understand that? Give me a thumbs up if you understand what I'm talking about here. This is the information that I'm gathering, but I'm trying to put it in the best way I can to you and give you guys hope. There's light at the end of the tunnel. Hey, I know a lot of you got pissed off at my Twitter post the other day about being a certain height requirement for being an alpha. And boy, did I get the emails. I got emails. I got emails. Calm the fuck down. Calm down. Dow tumbles 1,000 points for the worst day since 2020. NASDAQ drops 5%. This was a day ago. I don't know what it's doing today. Stocks pulled back sharply on Thursday, completely erasing a rally from the prior session in a stunning reversal that delivered investors one of the worst days since 2020. The Dow Jones Industrial Average lost 1,063 points, or 3.12%, to close at 32,997.97. The tech-heavy NASDAQ Composite fell 4.99% to finish at 12,317.69, its lowest closing level since November 2020. And we know what happened at that time. Both of those losses were the worst single-day drop since 2020, and before that, I believe it was 2008. Folks, I think I have a My Patriot Supply below. You can get food that you could store on the shelf if it gets that bad. I don't know how bad it's going to get, but I know it's going to get bad. Near-death experience. Prepare accordingly. Russia is returning to the gold standard, and China is going to be next. So get ready for this. Everyone's dumping the fucking dollar. Boom! Get out of here. And that's why NATO needs, I can't say it on here, but you know the war we're in. That's how they're planning to pull out of this. We can't give it to them. And we can't give them civil unrest, anything like that, folks. It wouldn't help us. It's not going to help us at all if you were like, oh, we got to get our guns and get ready, go fight. Who are you going to fight? It's a small elect group. Chill out. Russia is returning to the gold standard, and China is going to be next. The most profound seismic shift in the global monetary bedrock in decades is happening right before our eyes. And no one seems to notice or even fucking care. Because what can you do about it? Nothing. Eventually, they will have to. No sooner than I wrote this article talking about Russia was going to back the ruble with gold than one of Russia's most powerful security intelligence officers and a close ally of Putin has admitted the country's intentions to do just that. And I'm predicting that no sooner will the gravity of this decision finally sink in with the West, that China will follow closely in Russia's footsteps and do exactly the same thing. Russia backing its currency with gold represents one of the most drastic changes to the foreign currency market in decades. As of 2022, precisely 0 countries will adhere to a gold standard, though many countries still hold gold in reserve. The new global monetary system is likely going to look like Russia, China, India, Saudi Arabia, and other countries, kind of like the ones that Trump went visited. And God, I can't say certain things on this channel. I hate it. But folks, this is just to wake up the normies. Go to ninoscorner.tv if you really want fringe content. Judy Mikovich is up there. By the way, Judy Mikovich is up there. Stop drinking Starbucks coffee. That's all I'm going to tell you that right now. Stop drinking your tap water. Stop drinking your tap water and Starbucks. Go check out the interview on ninoscorner.tv and you'll see why. Quit now. That's the best thing I can tell you. The new global monetary system is likely going to look like Russia, China, India, Saudi Arabia, and other countries with commodity-backed sound money on one side, and the West and our allies with the infinite fiat. So we're in that group. We're in that group under the tutelage of rocket surgeon Nael Kazugi on the other. So, man, I'm telling you, folks, we had the grace of God when Trump got in. It was supposed to be Hillary, and folks, what's happening right now, what's happening with everybody right now is a mass great awakening. It's the great awakening. And we're waking up. Evil is being exposed on all levels, even on special networks that you used to watch as kids. I can't say it on here. I got a terms of and compliance thing that YouTube sent out. That let me tell you, folks, I'm on the enemy's platform. I am, and I'm trying to make the best use of it. But if you're paying attention, you can pick up what I'm laying down, see? So now the stoking the fire, instigating civil unrest is happening by who? Well, who better than Biden? They will label us terrorists. So they're going to label us terrorists. They're going to, but folks, those of you that are awake and smart, understand this is a desperate attempt for last second control. They have to have civil unrest. They got to have it. They want it so badly. They got to make the mess. Biden's got to make the mess in the sandbox. They will use force and deceit and lies, but it will fail. It's going to fail on them because the old system's already done. It's just the dead cat roll, the dead cat bounce. Remember this when the times get tough and things start getting really hairy out there. Really hairy. Why don't they let midgets into a nudist colony? Because they get into everybody's hair. I don't know why I just thought of that. All right. So the old magic isn't working anymore on the awake society. Biden comes out and calls MAGA the most extreme political group in U.S. history. Really? Who are the ones out there burning buildings, burning businesses? It's not MAGA. MAGA, they attend rallies. Thanks, Stacey. Biden calls MAGA the most extreme political group in U.S. history. Patriotic folks, calling every one of you extremist. This is a war on America. But yet, in breaking news, Antifa in Los Angeles chanting white Christians must die at all costs. But we're the dangerous ones. We're the dangerous ones. I'm not chanting for anyone to die. At least not out in the open. Oh, boy. Wow. Glasses are starting to fog up. Huge fence is put up at the Supreme Court, as we all know, and the justices cancel events as left-wing groups call for protests at their homes and law enforcement braces for violence over the Roe v. Wade leak. So who's out there doing the pep rally, getting everybody riled up? Who better than Biden, Obama, and Michelle Obama? Big Mike. Big Mike. The Raiders. So they're trying to stoke the fire. Don't give it to them. Do not give it to them. Don't give it to them. Play smart. Play smart. Workers erected massive fencing around the perimeter of the Supreme Court building on Wednesday evening in the fallout of Roe v. Wade leak. Fencing is similar to what was put up around the U.S. Capitol following the January 6, 2021 riot. Yeah, riot. The tall, unscalable barriers are meant to keep pro and anti-abortion demonstrators clear of the building. Clashes got increasingly violent in recent days, causing Metro Police to activate protest units. A leak Monday evening shows a draft opinion signaling an impending overturn of 50-year-old landmark abortion rights ruling from Roe versus Wade. Fuck. A lot of you probably think I can't even read. Sure. Pro-abortion activists are organizing walk-by protests in justices' homes next week in Virginia and Maryland. So this is what they needed. Think about what's hit recently. Think about what's just come out recently with Elon Musk taking Twitter. And listen, I'm going to be having Jesse Serboter on. I forgot to mention that. Jesse Serboter, the ex-occultist, is coming on to talk Elon Musk. I don't know what she's going to say. I have an idea. She's coming on Saturday. Was he involved in rituals? I don't know. I'm just laying it out for you all to play it out. With that being said, thank you guys. I appreciate the super. This super chat's kind of cool. So they want to instigate and divide by pouring fuel on the fire. So, folks, they want to amp you up. They want to get on the news, the mainstream media, public enemy number one, as I've always said, and amp you up, get you pissed off. Let me do that for you. I'm your voice. But they want you to get mad. They want you to get angry. So America's blue-red divide is about to get even starker, okay? These are people, okay, that fall into the media. You got the one side on the left that fall into everything CNN says, and then you got the right side that falls into everything Fox says, okay? Both sides are brainwashing, MK Ultra, okay? Both sides. I'm not an advocate for Fox. I'm not an advocate for CNN. I'm here to tell you, it's a deep hole. Let's go down the rabbit hole. Those aren't what you need to listen to. Turn your fucking news off. As abortion rights are rolled back in certain states, the gap between the country's two dominant political coalitions will widen. The draft Supreme Court opinion overturning the constitutional right to abortion presents a major setback for reproductive freedom in America and offers a potential jolt to the upcoming midterm elections. But it also illuminates another deeper phenomenon in American politics. The urgency and ambition of the Republican drive. Look, this is obviously a liberal syndicate I picked this from. Look how they word this. The urgency and ambition of the Republican drive to lock into law the cultural priorities of its predominantly white, Christian, and older electoral coalition at a moment of rapid demographic change. Now, your liberal friends read something like that. Your liberal friends will read this, and they're not realizing they're being brainwashed. So when they read this, they say, wow, the urgency and ambition of the Republican drive to lock into law the cultural priorities of its predominantly white, why would they throw that into an article? Predominantly white, Christian, target number 2, and older electoral coalition. They want to get rid of the elderly. And the moment of rapid, you got to read between the lines. You got to understand what they're telling you. It's mind control, folks. Your friends that are liberals are sitting there reading shit like this, and that's why they don't understand they're under a hypnosis. Wake up! Satanic abortions. Oof. All right. Hallelujah. All right. Satanic abortions. The Satanic Temple plans to use the federal. Listen to this. So they got to find their way around it because they need mass sacrifice. Yeah. The Satanic Temple plans to use the Federal Religious Freedoms. Okay, the Federal Religious Freedom Restoration Act, RFRA. Now, you guys want to fact check this. To ensure its members can still perform religious abortion rituals with mifepristone and misoprostol. I don't know what the hell that means. Even in states that completely ban abortion access. They will also possibly open religious abortion facilities. They will open up religious abortion facilities. They need their energy. They need their food, if you know what I mean. Those of you on here that know what I mean, give me a thumbs up if you know what I mean. I'm trying to dance around this the best way I can. And if you're concerned about Roe versus Wade being overturned, have no fear. These women are turning to sterilization. I say good, go for it. For women who don't want children, sterilization is a safe and common option. Look how they put this out there for you guys. Oh, you guys, you can always sterilize yourself. But following the leaked Supreme Court decision, it's taken on a new sense of direness and urgency. They don't want you reproducing. They don't want you being mothers. The one big gift that God gave a woman was to be a mom, to be a mother, to feel her child grow inside of her and love her child. Fuck that. Let's sterilize it. Let's sterilize each other. All right. So destroy the meaning of being a woman. For women who don't want children, sterilization is a safe and common option. So more women now are deciding to get sterilized. Who's that lady on also having a sex strike? Joe Bear from The View. What's her name? Joey. I forget her name. Anyway, I just think to myself. Revealed George Soros, Clinton, and Obama staffers and European governments are behind anti-Musk campaign to force big corporations to boycott Twitter. So now they want corporations to boycott Twitter. Thanks, my piece of heaven. To boycott Twitter after Elon demanded to know who funds these organizations. So after Elon came out and said, hey, we got to figure this out. Who's funding these organizations? I tell you what, Elon's making a lot of big moves. I'm watching him carefully. That's why I'm going to have Jesse Swoboda on. I keep an open mind, but I'm watching Elon carefully. But he's making some big, powerful moves that I like. A group of 26 activist organizations and NGOs signed a letter to companies who advertise on Twitter, warning them to reconsider if Elon Musk makes changes. I've been locked out of Twitter twice since he's taken over. But maybe it's going to take him a while to take over. I don't know. Musk has pledged to lift the censorship of Twitter. Critics worry that he will give free rein to those trafficking in hate speech and dangerous scientific theories. You think for yourself? The letter writes that Musk will further toxify our information ecosystem and be a direct threat to public safety. Man, I can't believe the world we're living in right now, folks. I can't. This is insane. They wrote Twitter risks becoming a cesspool of misinformation with your brand attached. Musk replied, wanting to know who is behind the 26 groups signing the letter and commentating, sunlight is the best disinfectant. In other words, they're like vampires, demons. Special counsel John Durham wins key motion in case against former Clinton lawyers. So good things happening with John Durham. The federal judge on May 4th granted a motion from special counsel John Durham to review documents that Hillary Clinton's campaign and other parties had claimed were protected by privilege, which means the documents may ultimately be made available to the public. U.S. District Judge Christopher Cooper, after hearing in Washington, granted Durham's motion to compel production of unredacted versions of said documents from the Perkins Coie, a law firm hired by the campaign ahead of the 2016 election. Rodney Joffe, a technology executive, and Fusion GPS, a firm that specializes in opposition research, that the campaign and the Domestic National Committee, DNC, used extensively to investigate then candidate Donald Trump, Clinton's rival for presidency. In other news, another massive fire at Walmart Distribution Center in Indianapolis. Any coincidence there, folks? I think not. I think not. A lot of these processing plants and distribution centers are going up in flames. We know why. Engineered. This is all engineered, and you all know that. Can I get a thumbs up? Folks, stick with me here. You understand this, right? Don't fall asleep on me. Jason Barlow. Thank you, Jason. You're awesome. So, massive fire at Walmart Distribution Center in Indianapolis. It's picking up, folks. I'm telling you right now, it is picking up. But it has to happen this way. We're getting rid of the dollar, and both sides want this. Understand, both sides want this, okay? It's not just the bad side. The good side wants it too, so we can start over. Start over in a new system. Thank you. Oh. Child gangs, violent sprees. I always do a little crime segment. And this is it right here. Child gangs, violent spree shakes up downtown Boston. A gang of young juveniles led by an 11-year-old girl. This was going to be what the fuck news, but I decided I'll leave it for regular news because what the fuck news is pretty funny. 11-year-old girl is terrorizing random people. 11-year-old girl. Who would be scared of an 11-year-old girl terrorizing people? Okay. 11-year-old girls terrorizing random people throughout the popular downtown area of Boston. According to incident reports released by the police, all the children are black and under the age of 14. A 13-year-old girl in the gang already had an outstanding felony warrant for arrest with a dangerous weapon at the time of the recent attacks. Their victims were all white, of course, with the exception of one victim identified in the reports as a light-skinned Hispanic woman who the gang of juveniles allegedly called a white blah, blah, blah with braids. The gang has been menacing people throughout the popular Boston Common. She told police the young minors began punching and kicking her after telling her she could not wear her hair in that style because she was not black. This is what happens. Folks, look. This is what happens when you break up the family union, when you put out fathers, when you don't allow fathers back to their families. This was all engineered. I'm telling you this. Nothing is by accident. This was all done by propaganda. Women, independent, be independent. They want you to get rid of the man. And now they're getting rid of the white male. Toxic masculinity, which I suffer from. Once you take out the family unit, that's it. Once you understand, this was all an agenda from the beginning. Once you understand that it was all an agenda from the beginning, you can comprehend, you can understand, you know their manual. They hate humanity. They hate Christians. And you know, a lot of this, I think, you know, the family unit, the father in the household. I believe you have to scold your children, and I don't believe, and I believe this is what happens when you spare the rod. That's just my opinion. My opinion. Am I allowed to have an opinion anymore? I guess not. Do you guys know who this is? Madison Cawthorn. Madison Cawthorn says blackmail won't win after nude video surfaces. Madison Cawthorn. I don't know who this guy is, but I saw this article and I was like, this is fucking classic. So Representative Madison Cawthorn, a Republican from North Carolina, said he was just acting foolish and joking around with a friend in response to a video he characterized as his latest hit piece meant to destroy his political career. What is it, you ask? What is it? You wondering? What kind of video? What kind of video would this be? Well, the 26-year-old congressman who has been ensnared in a string of controversies in recent weeks released a statement Wednesday appearing to confirm the authenticity of a short clip showing him naked in bed on top of another man, getting physical and making noises. Because you know that's what straight guys do. We like to joke around with our friends and get on top of each other naked and make noises. Karine Jean-Pierre to succeed Jen Psaki as White House press secretary. You guys love it. All right. Karine Jean-Pierre will succeed Jen Psaki as White House press secretary, announced President Joe Biden on Thursday. Jean-Pierre, who currently is the principal deputy White House press secretary, will be the first openly gay and black White House press secretary. Let me guess. You like white girls. How many of you remember the movie Weekend at Bernie's? Give me a thumbs up if you guys remember the movie Weekend at Bernie's. And Weekend at Bernie's. If you don't know what Weekend at Bernie's is or was, go watch the movie. It's funny. It's about a dead guy, a rich dead guy, that two guys go visit, and they go to his house and they find him dead at the house. And they kind of pretend he's alive and like take him places and put a hat on him. And it's just a funny fucking thing. Anyway, what I kind of feel like this is what's happening with the Queen. They're waiting for the right timing to announce that she's. That's what I think. I think she's already gone. So Queen to miss Buckingham Palace garden parties amid ongoing health concerns. She's like 100. The Queen will not be attending any Buckingham Palace garden parties this year. It has been confirmed. The garden parties did not go ahead last year or 2020 due to the boogeyman. And this year they are scheduled to be held at 11, 18, and the 25th of May. The parties are important events in the royal calendar, as those who have served their country or communities are invited to the monarch's home. I don't know. I bet you I've heard through the grapevine she's gone. But I mean, not like I care either. Weekend at Bernie's, great movie. I'm going to be putting up the Juan O'Savin video on ninoscorner.tv. That's going to be a big one. He answers your questions the best I can, the best he can. I mean, he goes at his own speed, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, here it is. Joey Bayer. I guess that's Behar. How do you say her name? The girl from the lady from The View. Floats a sex strike and states, "This is war." Have you seen this lady? I mean, a lot of you have seen this lady, Joey Bear. I don't see people lining up to fuck her. I don't see it. I just don't see it. So, okay, go on strike. I don't think anybody's going to care. In what the fuck news, I think I forgot to do my coming at you live from the apocalypse, didn't I? I forgot it this time around. Well, I'll do it next time. Coming at you live from the apocalypse, folks. Yeah! I can't believe I forgot that. All right. What the fuck news? GOP candidate suggests he'll tear gas liberal media in a new campaign ad. So this guy actually does a campaign ad saying, "I'm going to tear gas liberal media." Oh boy. GOP candidate suggests he'll tear gas liberal media in new campaign ad. Weeks after Politico reported that GOP congressional hopeful Corey Mills made his fortune selling tear gas used on Black Lives Matter demonstrators, the MAGA businessman boasted in a new ad that the liberal media is crying about it before he suggested he'd target them himself. If the media wants to shed some real tears, I can help them out with that, a smirky Mills says alongside footage of him shooting gas canisters Mills, a former Trump defense advisor and combat veteran, is running in the crowded GOP field to replace retiring Democratic Representative Stephanie Murphy in Florida's 7th Congressional District. Recent polling shows he is one of the favorites in the field and is the first-time self-funded candidate has already racked up an impressive list of endorsements from pro-Trump lawmakers and conservative groups. I kind of respect the guy. I guess I kind of respect the guy. I don't know. I mean, you have the balls to say that. I think more people need balls. I'm just going to say it. You know, I don't have a filter. A lot of you know I don't have a filter. But I got to say, more of you need to do what I'm doing and not be scared. Because we are in a dire situation. And they have you living in fear. Fear about everything you say, everything you do. You might hurt this person, you might hurt that person. It's time to get thick skin again. This generation is coddled. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. It's asinine. It's demonic. We are fighting demons. God has given you authority, and he has anointed all of you to slay demons. Demons are not superhuman. Demons are not superhuman. They are less than human. They are less than you.